Well, hello there, everyone. I hope the sound is okay for us. Not sure who caught. I put it on our channel on Facebook, and I made a schedule on our YouTube saying that we were going to be on at 9 tonight. So hopefully people come on and catch it. If not, they'll just have to catch it on the reboot. As you can see, I got my Turtley Turtle back up. If you look right up here, I got a new Turtleby Turtle clock that I built by myself, and it's hanging up on the wall. So that's what's going on. This show today is called New Year, New Beginnings, and
Stranger Things.
bum, bum, bum. So, a lot going on. First, I always tell the weather. We've had weird weather like the end of the year. We didn't have a white Christmas, but we ended up having a white New Year. We were supposed to have rain over Christmas, but the weather was decent. I think it rained that evening. It's raining out now. We have like 51, well, it's like 40 degrees now. No, it's 52 now, it says, and it feels like 47. We are supposed to hit 40 tonight, which is kind of weird because this is January. We usually get our coldest temperatures in January and February, but we do get in January what we call a January thaw. Now, that usually happens at the end of the month, which causes problems because all the snow you normally get at the beginning of January and December thaws all out and there's major flooding. It is raining like crazy out tonight, which I hate because when we take the dogs out, we bring them back in.
Linda's here.
Guess what? Hi, Kiwi. Hi, Linda. Um, it gets all muddy. We bring them in. I usually have a little bucket where I dip their paws in or get a cloth and wash their feet off before they come in the house. It's like, goodness, goodness, goodness. Well, I'm glad you showed up, Linda. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know if anybody got their notifications, which is kind of ticking me off because I did. I think it was either last night or this morning. I put it on YouTube, and then this afternoon I put it
Hold on, let me see.
on Facebook.
Oh my god, my eye is gonna be driving me nuts. I went to curl my eyelashes, and I got one singular eyelash in my eye, and it disappeared.
Whatever this is here, and this eye still bother me, and this eye drives me totally insane anyhow. So, we're supposed to have rain tomorrow yet. Our temperatures are going to get up to almost 60 degrees come Saturday, and then it gets right back down into the 30s. So it's like our weather's just like insane. Um, so since this is the beginning of the year, I'm glad you got on, Linda. I know you're dealing with a lot of stuff and that, and we appreciate that you do take the time out all the time to join us. Um, this one here tonight though is just it's. I'm glad you showed up. It's not really going to be a big important show. It's just going to be kind of like a prelude of the new year, new beginnings, what to expect. On Thursday, we will have a regular show. I just hope Gabriella doesn't make me laugh too hard because I'm still having lung issues. And if I laugh, I can't breathe. And sometimes I upchuck. So let's hope that it doesn't get to that point.
I'll try not
to. Let's do a recap. Everybody knows we had the year from hell last year. Keeping our fingers crossed. Phoenix rises from the ashes and from the flames, and that's where we're at. No, there's not going to be any negativity. I don't care what anybody says. I know people were talking about me behind my back. I did personally apologize at one time through text to one party member, even though that one never apologized for more or less calling me and my family stupid. And but you know what? I guess I'm the bigger person because I actually apologize. I just hope people come to their senses and understand that I'm not going to take any shit this year. This year is not the year for shit. We got good things planned. As you see on the bottom of our screen, I don't like soliciting, and we don't make any money on our channels, but we want to try to get our Lurking Spirits channel back up. In order to do that, we need to get investigations in. We have regular places that we can go to that we either give a donation or they're kind enough just to let us investigate for nothing, because we do advertise their place more or less on our channel. But I'm asking anybody out of the kindness of your heart, if you want, my Cash App is on there at the bottom of the screen. It would be greatly appreciated. This will help us get better places to investigate. And if we have to spend the night, if we have to travel at a hotel, not hotel costs, stuff like that, because with everything that happened last year, we don't have the funding to do some of these incredible places. I have some friends that are trying to get a couple places set up. There is a high school where I grew up and went to school at. It's now abandoned. We're going to see if we can try to get into there, because I know that place has a history, and there was some strange things going on even when we went to school and that. So let's see what happens here, Guy. What is my dream location, Linda? Gabriella, do you have a place that...
Penhurst.
I would love to go to Penhurst. I want to go to the Hinsdale house. I would love to go to the Conjuring house, even with all the, it turned into a circus and everything and that over the course of the years. Just to say, been there, done that. I like to go to maybe to some place like the, what's that other sanatorium? There's Waverly Hills. There's another. We're going to try to get into Madison Seminary. I think right now on the top of the list would be Penhurst. Eastern State, I really wanted to get there, but I'm hearing that they're tearing it down. Conjuring, I'm still keeping that in my head that we will get to that location. I'm trying to, there was a place, that's the one in New York, the Hinsdale house. I would really, really like to hit the Hinsdale house. I'm going to have to do some research. We will come on and we will have a list. That's one of the things that I want to do, is make a bucket list of places that we would like to get to, and that may not be far-fetched for us. But like I said, some of them we may have help being able to get into them. Some of them, Conjuring House was way out of line price-wise. I don't know what's going to happen now. Anybody that's following Angelina, keep on following her. If you followed her lately, you know there's a lot of stuff going on surrounding her. Just keep on watching her videos. Don't miss an episode, because there's going to be things coming up that you're not going to want to miss. And watch us too. Gabriella, do you have anything you want to say?
Happy New Year.
Hi, Cactus. How you doing?
Cactus.
Well, before we begin, we're going to start. I don't know how you guys feel about the subject and that, but I kind of sat here earlier today, and I'm trying to think of what we can do for future shows. And for some reason, the butterfly effect came into mind. And because I brought up Groundhog Day, and there was a movie called Groundhog Day, of course, where he kept on reliving the same thing over and over, which made me think of Supernatural, which had the episode of him reliving, and each time something changed a little bit, which goes to the butterfly effect, which, if you believe in that, my question is for my audience, our audience, is when you think of the butterfly effect, you know what that is, right? Mm-hmm.
I was literally talking about it yesterday.
Yeah. I wonder if somehow that's tied in with reincarnation. Because a lot of people think reincarnation is if you didn't live your past life the way it should, that you should have, that there was something that you didn't finish or get closure in, that you could possibly be reincarnated and then you live life as a different person or animal, whatever, until that part is satisfied where your soul is actually at peace. Do you think, or do you think, that the butterfly effect actually could be like a tie-in somehow of reincarnation or rebirth, however you want to put it? Because I got to thinking about that, and you think, because when you come back as when you're reincarnated, you're a whole different person and you live a whole different life. So everything that you lived in the past has completely changed, but did it change actually for the better? Did it change for the worse? Which butterfly effect? Makes you think.
It does. It does. It makes sense, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about that because I want us to have a good line of great shows coming up. We are going to, let me see, did anybody say anything? Oh, okay, that's the dogs. If you guys have any ideas or topics that you want us to discuss, please, please, please send them to me or Gabriella. On Thursday, I have an idea that we're running through. Actually, there's a couple ideas. We will make up our mind tomorrow, post it tomorrow, and it'll be scheduled for Thursday at 9:00. I was talking to Angelina last night, and 9:00 is kind of late, especially for her. It's a great time for us because that's when our dogs are calmed down and they're sleeping or trying to sleep, and it's just more peaceful for us. But if we throw around a different time, like 6 or 7, something like that, would that be better for all of you? And if we do go at that time, we know we have to, about 8:00, 8:30, we have to take our dogs out. So, we'll throw around stuff like that. Or do you like the time we have right now and you think we should keep it? You're our audience. You come up and say, you decide. So. Now, coffee. Before we begin on the topic at hand, coffee. But I want to say again, this past year was a year from hell, but you guys, we love you, love you, love you, love you. You guys have been the biggest support system that we've ever had. Faithful, loyal. The love that we have for you guys is incredible. We're going to make sure this year is bigger and better. And with your help, we're gonna put these channels through the roof. If I make money off of it, we make money off of it, hallelujah, because that will, like I said, it's not greed. We're not soliciting and that, but it will help us to be able to bring out more and better content, especially on our investigations.
We could get better equipment.
Yeah.
We could get new places to investigate. We could even use some of it for like groceries,
for when we go. And so here's the big thing about the investigations too, and this is going to be my promise to all of you who follow Lurking Spirits. When we do get these investigations, and we're going to do kind of what we did before, but an upgrade, we will probably go live on every episode, at least for part of the investigation. And the part that we film, we will probably try to keep it, the actual footage itself, to like a minimum, especially if we're catching something. Even if we don't catch anything, we will not watch it and edit it. We will do like we did the last time. We will watch it together. We will put it on as a premiere, and we will watch it together. And that way we can all see what we might have caught, what we might not have caught, what we might have missed, and things like that.
We'll
So
have our audience to tell us if they saw something
Exactly.
we didn't, or if they heard something we didn't. So
I like that idea. I like that. So because you guys know that we are honest and open about our investigations, we don't do shit we shouldn't be doing. This way too, it's even more for the content of the audience that, hey, we have not even seen what we film ourselves. This is as fresh to us as what it is to the audience. And I think that makes it more exciting, because I still think of when we were over at the Johnston house, if the camera angle would have been right, not only we, but you guys have all seen that cat in about 3 to 4 inches.
That maybe
we missed. Yeah. And we're sure we heard a little kid giggle at the same time.
I know I heard a little kid giggle downstairs.
Yeah, like it was like the kid pushed it or kicked it and then giggled and ran off.
There was almost like a bang before that too. There's a bang and then the kid stumbling off. So I'm thinking that the kid either tripped over the ball, thought it was funny, and then ran down the other way, or the kid knocked it over, and in the process of like running away, he stumbled on something and thought it was funny. We heard giggling. We know we heard giggling.
And the funny thing is anybody, like, even though we didn't catch it on film, if anybody was watching that video, for those who did watch the video, which that one had a pretty good response of viewers, for those who did watch it, even though we didn't catch that ball moving on camera, the camera caught our reactions and our expressions, because we went nuts with it. Like, the ball's moving, the ball's moving. Like, we freaked out. And, a lot of people bash Twin Paranormal because they said they act too, they're not growing up and that. But
that's so stupid.
That's part of it. Like, you get excited, and like, they've hit some really, really creepy places lately. You kind of have to joke around in that to break the ice, because when it gets too intense, then your body kind of throws you in fear of everything. Mm-hmm. So every little sound in that you're jumping at, where if you break the ice by making jokes or talking here and there, it takes that scary and
makes it more
eerie. Yeah, it makes the whole surrounding more comfortable. So, okay, and now we're going to get to, how many of you guys have been watching Stranger Things? Anybody watching? I agree with you on that one. Wait, let me see. Right there. Hearing a giggle versus a groan creeps me out much more. I agree with that, because some of the giggles that we heard was really creepy, because you don't know if they were kind of making fun of you or like laughing, like, well, hi, I'm laughing at you. Wait till you see what I do next. Like it gets unsettling.
It does, but that was an exception, because we could hear it. It was like a distance giggle, and I was right after the ball moved. So we were like, okay, the kid thought it was funny and ran away.
Yep.
You only watched the first season, Cactus.
We had a couple over there. I know we're due to go back again. We were like the only investigators that were permitted to go over there initially. I think now they've changed it where they are going to allow others to investigate. But for Pete's sake, people, I mean, we've run into this. We did an investigation at the Portage Museum, and they initially were hesitant. People go into a lot of these places, and these places have artifacts. They have antiques. There's artifacts pertaining to the building. They're like kind of like museums of sort. You don't piss around with people's stuff in museums and that. You just leave the stuff alone. If you pick something up to check it out, put it back where you got it. Be very careful, but you shouldn't be messing with stuff. And for God's sake, don't be stealing stuff. Like, come on, don't ruin it for others, because when you get to these places, you're going there to prove the afterlife does exist. You're not supposed to be pissing around and stealing and touching stuff and breaking stuff and acting like you haven't grown up from 5 years old. So have respect for these buildings. We actually was able to access a couple. Apparently they liked how we presented ourselves, and they said we normally wouldn't do this. I think that's kind of how we got into the Johnston House. And hey, we'll let you do this. They liked what they saw when we went there, and they let us go over and over and over again. So it's respect, people. It's respect, respect, respect. I can't say that enough. But getting to Stranger Things. Gabriella, do you want to start, or how do you want us to go about this?
I'll start, and then
I can butt in.
Yeah. So, the last episode of Stranger Things was on New Year's Eve. Right, it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Eve at 8 o'clock. Like all the other episodes, they were all at 8 o'clock. Now, there's this giant conspiracy theory going around with all of the Stranger Things fan base saying that there might be an extra episode or more released tomorrow, because there's a lot of reasons. I personally believe that there is, and I will tell you why. The Duffer Brothers posted on their Instagram page a thing that said Season 5, Volume 3, The Curse. And then immediately deleted it. And somebody in the comment section said, they said that was an accident and that wasn't supposed to come out until tomorrow. Dun dun dun!
Season 3?
No, episode 3.
Well,
volume 3.
I was going to say, what are you talking about? Season 3, volume. Episode 3, season 3, whatever.
No, season
you
5,
said it wrong, yeah.
Episode 9, volume 3. And there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories about the last episode and what they think is going on. I'm not going to spoil forward.
I do have on there, when I put on the Facebook page, I put on, or even on here rather, I put on in the description, spoiler alert.
Okay,
so I did put spoiler alert.
I will spoil it. In the last episode, you'll see where it's almost like they're living a fairy tale. Everything's back to normal. They graduated. They finished their D&D game. Everything seemed perfect, right? Well, apparently the fans were not a fan of that episode and that ending, and came up with all of these she's a spoil away from me. And came up with all of these theories about it actually being that they didn't defeat Vecna, because in D&D you can't defeat him by chopping his head off, and Joyce did that.
Yeah, but they wasn't just chopping his head off. His back went down.
He got stabbed too, but he's not dead. And if you go to the very last episode, you'll see that everybody in the whole graduation thing sitting down is wearing orange, which is not their color. It's supposed to be green. Why is everybody wearing orange? That's weird. Everybody's sitting like this with their hands like this across their laps. Everybody, that's a Vecna thing / Henry thing when he possesses people. There's a woman in the back with a blank poster. There's a guy that's wearing a Duffer's shirt who's filming us. like he's filming the camera, which is us. In the background of Mike's basement, there is Mr. What's-It on the boxes.
Are you sure it's not the backs?
In the boxes.
That's an inside joke, guys.
There's a reference to the Truman Show when Mike is walking up the steps.
See, the last episode, since it was over 2 hours long, was kind of the audience. Half of the audience thought, hey, I liked the ending. I thought they did it well. But there was still some questions. I did too. And then half of the audience said, boy, what a ripoff. I'm disappointed. And, you know, they rushed it. And
there's so many plot openings. What are they? Not plot twists. What are they called?
Unknowns, like mysteries left.
Plot holes, kind of, I guess. There's so many holes in the story that they didn't put together, and
I thought it done well. Anybody that saw it, personally, and Gabriella can pick up again, personally, I think that's the end. I don't buy that, because I know the Duffer Brothers did make an announcement saying they are releasing a show, but it's going to be about the background. I'm explaining everything.
That's what I was trying to say.
Too many loose ends, yeah.
That's what people are saying. They're saying there's too many loose ends that people...
And most of them, if you look back, though, you can actually...
Most of them, yes.
Tell them about that lady that you were...
There was a lady on TikTok, I don't know what her name is or anything, but I was so close to posting my own video and stitching hers and saying, like, everything that she said that was wrong, and all you have to do is watch the freaking series to find out where those plot twists are.
She claims that there was about 30 items that was left with question marks, but as Gabriella's reading them, probably out of the, say, 30, she didn't literally count, she just estimated, say out of the 30, 25 of them, we were easily able to say, well, no, what, in this season.
Throughout the video itself, I was pausing it and letting Mom and Eric and everybody listen to it while it was playing. And I was like, okay, first of all, this is what happened. This is why that makes no sense. Why you even said that. This is what happened. And I'm like going back in all the episodes and everything, and we've watched it probably way too many times over again to like know the lore and everything. And she just, there's things like what happened to Patty Newby. That is Bob's sister. Why do we care? She was never important. She was not in the actual series itself. They mentioned her, I guess, but they didn't do anything with her.
Unless the people thought like we were thinking as we were watching the series, since she had the necklace on with the key, and the key could have been part of the grandfather clock and part of the whole Henry and Victor Krill and that whole genre thing.
There's two things in the entire thing that I am like lost on. The clock thing. What is up with the clock thing? Because they never really
delved into that.
They did, but they didn't.
Right.
Like, we know that there's a significance with the grandfather clock because it's from the Krill home, but like, why does it show up when in season 5 when people are being possessed and everything, and that's how they know they're possessed? The second thing is, in one of the last episodes in the last season, Elle and Hopper went into the Upside Down so Elle could use her magic powers and her powers. That was powers. Her powers. To defeat Vecna and everything. Well, there's no water in the Upside Down, so how did they in the tank And since the Upside Down is cold, shouldn't that water have frozen? If there was any water in the Upside Down, I would assume that it would be frozen because everything else is cold. So,
Is it always cold in the Upside Down, though?
yeah, it is. That's the environment. It's freezing cold in the Upside Down at all times.
How come you never see their breath when you're in there? If it's
Because
that cold.
they have too much of that debris floating around.
Okay.
That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. Anyways, I still believe after all of the clues that they gave us, and even, oh my god, there's a flashlight, a Squawk flashlight that just came out, and on the box, when you use the UV flashlight, it says Vecna lives.
Hi there, Monkey Chavez. Who's that? Do you know? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's nice having you on here.
I did like the ending. I thought people thought that it was too rushed and everything. I thought that it was well put together, but if there is a secret episode, then
Monkey, I kind of like I liked the ending, but I didn't like the ending, and let me explain that to you. I liked parts of it. I think that they should have drawn out the part a little bit longer where the confrontation between 11 and the gang, the crew, met up with Vecna and explaining and allowing Will to use his powers a little bit more in depth on it. I wish they would have stretched that out and cut that long ending out, like where everything was peaceful and they're back to normal. I think they stretched that part out a little bit too long. I think they should have had it in reverse. Other than that, I think the ending was pretty decent. Is there a lot of unanswered questions? I'm going to say there's unanswered questions, but not as many as people think, because if you go back, we have this little funny thing we do in our family. If we're in the mood for Stranger Things, we're flicking on Netflix and we're going through and where they're like, hey, there's a new series there, Stranger Things. I'm hearing lots of good things about that. Maybe we should watch it, even though we've already watched it probably like 5 times. We like going back and watching because this way we can pick up some of these things. And by doing that, we have picked up stuff that we didn't originally realize. Not that we didn't notice them or see them the first time we watched them, but that we didn't realize that actually ties into the ending. That some of these unanswered questions, like this lady that Gabriella was talking about on her channel, the lady that had on her channel this whole 30 question thing, if she would have went back like I said, out of the 30, probably 25 of them we were able to answer, where they're like, did she not even watch this series? We got another newbie on here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We're talking about Stranger Things, a controversial ending on it. Like half the people loved it, half the people didn't. Me, I'm like in between. I can't say I loved it. I can't say I hated it.
So, okay. It says when they fought Vecna at the end, where was the Demogorgons and Demodogs? I think, and a lot of people think, that in order to create that giant mind flayer thing, they had to use all of the Demogorgons to make it into one big thing, like they did in the 3rd season with all the people.
Well, not only that, but look, when people realized, and when Will realized he actually had power against Vecna, because he seen through Vecna's eyes and he felt through Vecna. If you remember, they were all getting attacked by the Demogorgons. Mm-hmm. But when he used his power, they all So
He killed
when that
someone.
battle went on, it could have very well, Will's powers itself could have shoot him, and Vecna didn't need the Demogorgons anymore. He had everything there that he needed, and so did Will.
Yeah, I mean, he
so
thought
they
he
were
was-
really no longer needed in any of that.
Yeah, he kind of thought that he was like done with everything. He was going to combine the worlds, and it was going to be the way that he wanted. But Elle showed up, and she was like,
"Here's a question for you guys. We got new fans and that on here, which I really, really appreciate. We really appreciate. What do you guys feel that Max shit on Holly, like screwed her over, betrayed her? Do you guys feel that? Because I don't feel that. And
she literally, in the one part, she said that if she knew that Holly wasn't going to be able to get back, that she would have stayed there. That she would have stayed there with Holly so she could get back, and Max would have stayed in that place.
Look at this, Addie lurking.
We're crazy.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like, I don't know, which I do find it funny that people are still making fun of how long it took them to go to their like portal back to
that was fun.
Like, are you gonna go or you can stay out there?
I love all the memes about it. They're like,
so you guys have any questions about, like, maybe you can have a question about, which we had one before, that maybe we can give our input on it. Not saying our input it's going to be 100% correct, but you know, everybody has their own thoughts and theories on this season.
I will get back to how I believe that there is going to be a secret episode. Call me delusional, call me season 1 Joyce Byers. I don't care, even she was still right. But there's so many things. Like, somebody in the back of the last episode, you'll see the records are placed in a very weird way. Somebody took that picture, posted it into ChatGPT.
The back of what?
In the back of the Squawk radio station when
right.
talking. The records are placed in a weird way, and they noticed. They took that picture and they put it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT says that it's Morse code for something like, "You did not kill me. You did not stop me."
Well, there's another one. Their albums, their journals that they placed at the very end. Some said it. What was the one that said? That was the first one that you said it said spelled out.
What for? What?
The journals. Their journals.
Oh, the journals.
Yeah.
So Will posted a photo of the journals being not in the same order as when they went up the stairs and put the binders back, and it said after it was put into that weird order, X is a lie.
See, and then there was one that I saw, and somebody took a close up of it, and the way that it was positioned, it had "I am alive," like, or "I am still alive," the way it was, how it was posted. They showed it on there, and they're like, okay. So we're going to rewatch that last season and see what we can, you know. I'm waiting for the Winchester brothers to come back too, and I'll tell you what, they better come back at the end of that season like they left, not some stupid spinoff like the Winchesters, which was stupid. Supposed to be tomorrow for the secret episode. That's what they're saying, but I don't know. Everything that I've heard, and the Duffer brothers came out and said that it was just going to be like almost like a documentary talking about
that's on the 12th. They discussed that's on the 12th. That is.
I don't think
12th.
there's going to be an episode coming out.
I do, and there's so many theories about it. I fell down the rabbit hole, and I'm not getting back up. until tomorrow when either we're all disappointed or the people who say that it's happening, it is right.
Monkey, Dustin and Steve, the best duo in the show, hands down. That
I agree.
freaking made me cry, that part where like they were at it, and I was really getting mad at the way Steve was treating Dustin, especially when he got the shit kicked out of him. But I'll tell you what, when they made up and Dustin pretty much saved Steve's life, said I can't lose you two, and that, wow, I agree 100%. That is the best duo in the show.
And they've been friends for so long too. Like
100% in agreement on that. Yeah, and I kind of had a gut feeling that that was something on that order was going to happen in order for them to realize that they can't lose each other because they had too much of a bond. But yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
That definitely needed to happen.
So any more theories? Even go on what this lady had said. Theories, question marks, whatever.
Lady, I'm not buying anything that lady said.
She didn't watch a lot of the episodes because she was talking about how Will is able to communicate through Joyce with the Christmas lights and stuff in that way at the beginning seasons and that. And
they literally explained that in the fucking 4th season.
Yeah, there is just she had a lot of stupid questions. Then she said, well, what happened to Robin's girlfriend, Vicky? Robin kind of more or less said that they broke up when they were up on top of the building.
That's another thing that the Duffer Brothers, they said it's up to the audience to decide.
Yeah. But she was so emotional, they broke up. And the comment that she made, and who really cares? Vicky was in the show, but she wasn't an important character in the show. I know people were getting upset saying, well, why was Robin so important in the show? She became
the only reason that they said that was because she got brought more in at the very end season or the very last season, and they didn't do anything with her. She was just
if that's the case, if they brought Robin in more, but they took Erica out more because Erica was so essential in the part at the mall and everything, Starcourt, and then this last season here, she was in it, but she wasn't all gung ho and that like she was in the seasons prior. So and Erica was freaking. She made me howl. She was a.
Need to watch the show Cactus. You have to.
Yeah, watch it. Well, Cactus is Cactus has been going through some stuff that we were just dealing with, and poor Linda's dealing with stuff.
It'll take your mind off everything, and then it'll have you in the Stranger Things world, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. And
anybody else have anything that they want us to give our opinion on?
How many seasons were there? There was 5.
Yeah. The first 4 went pretty well. The last season went pretty quick too. The last episode was the long one.
Yeah, it was 2 hours, but it didn't feel that long.
It didn't feel like that.
It felt like maybe an hour.
I'm still disappointed that the last part, the last half hour or whatever the time period is, that they seem to drag that part out. I really wish they would have put more on the intense scenes and shorten that part up. But no, either way, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I liked it.
I liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at first. I was not convinced that there was going to be another season. I was like, people need to stop. It's over. It's done with. But then all these conspiracy theories came out, and I fell down the rabbit hole on TikTok of all these people being detectives. And I am now a full believer of a secret episode.
Ronan hasn't started Stranger Things. Supposed. Yeah, you got to watch that.
You need to watch it.
Yeah, my oldest daughter and my grandchildren, they watched everything. They watched all the Harry Potter. They watched Wednesday. They watched all these series, and I said, "Have you watched Stranger Things yet?" And they're like, "No." And they're, "Why do
I'm
you
surprised.
like?"
I'm honestly surprised how many people haven't watched Stranger Things with how long it's been out and all of the things about it. The only reason that I watched it was because I got bored one night and I was like, I had no thoughts on it being good at all because all I ever saw was the commercials and the slight little snippets of 11 with her nose bleeding and her going like this. I was like, great.
That's the same as me. I started seeing these clips and them, and they're like,
I was like, great.
Yeah.
A girl with her nose bleeding and her having superpowers. That sounds fantastic. And then I started watching the series and I was like, Mom, you need to watch this. It was especially when the last season, not the last season.
The one day I was sitting down and I'm there, I want to see what all the hoopla is. I'm probably not going to like it. And I turned it on one day and I told you, I said, guess what I started watching? And then we ended up watching it together. Kiwi said, do you recommend me sitting hubby down to watch it? I really think, yeah. And Linda, that's definitely going to take his mind off of things because here's the thing, though. When you watch the very first episode, when you first start watching, you're there like, I don't know. But as you get closer to the end of the episode, and once you get to the end, you're like, whoa. And then you're drawn to, okay, I'm going to watch the second one to see where this goes. And by the time the second one comes, you're there, okay, I got to watch the third one.
And they always leave off on a cliffhanger, so it makes you want to watch it more. And you're like, what's going to happen next? I need to go to bed, but I need to find out what happens next.
There's been times that when we watched it, we would watch and we're there, okay, only one more episode. And we ended up watching like the whole entire season in one sitting because you want to, even though we've watched it probably 5 or 6 times, you want to watch it and like, okay, I remember seeing this, but I don't remember seeing that part of it.
Or hearing that bit of it.
Yeah, so you pick up different things. And matter of fact, we just started watching it again today because we want to try to pick up some of these things that people are having questions about. And that way maybe we can answer some more or find something somebody else didn't see.
You should have like a notebook and start writing down all the things.
Monkey says they did Erica dirty on this last season. I also wanted more with Murray. I agree with you on that. I think that Erica got kind of gypped because she was so essential in seasons before. And Murray, how could you not love Murray? I mean, he was in the latest episodes, but I think they could have tied him in with more.
It was funny though when he was like the librarian.
Snookums. Yeah, okay, Snookums.
We have another person. It's Rosside Paranormal.
Rosside, well, hey, Laura, how are you doing there, woman?
Welcome.
We're talking about some Stranger Things here. Have you been watching Stranger Things, Miss Laura? I haven't been able to catch hardly any of you guys' episodes, so I apologize for that, Laura. We were going through a lot of real personal things here. Month of December. We did have a good Christmas and a good New Year's though. So this is a new year, better year. I'm going to try to catch more of your shows. So watch it, Laura. I would like to hear what your opinion would be on it because you break things down and you really, because you check things out there.
I give people when they don't watch Stranger Things.
Like, you didn't
what
watch
do you mean?
You didn't watch it, Laura. No, I think you would enjoy it, Laura. It's a good sit down. And not only that, right now, if you catch up, you're going to see a lot of the controversy, the naysayers, and the, oh, I loved it. And maybe you can put your input. I don't watch a lot of TV per se, but I watch a lot of the same shows. Like I am hooked. I don't know if you've watched him either, Rawside. Casper Sight. I'm hooked on Casper Sight. The guy cracks me up. He's funnier than hell, and I just love him. He's got well over 1 million subscribers now too. Like, he he made it, and he's funny. I think you would like him too. So
Stranger Things still not watching. You're right, Cactus. You better freaking start watching it tonight.
it just gives us more stuff to talk about because it is controversial because like I said, there's so many people that like were disappointed. No, so many people like, hey, I loved it.
You guys watch K-dramas?
What's K-dramas? The Korean ones? Or is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
Are you talking about the Korean ones? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I think that's what they mean.
And give some shows and we tell you. Because we've watched Squid Games. We've watched, what
Yeah,
was that other one?
It's Korean.
What was that other one that we like?
Alice in Borderland.
Alice in Borderland. That series was really, really, really good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Korean dramas.
Yeah.
Squid Games. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There's things about Squid Games that I like more than Alice and Borderland. But I'll tell you what, I think Alice in Borderland had a lot of better storyline, I think, than Squid Games. So there's kind of like both parts of it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It sucks because most of them on Netflix, at least, says like one season. There's only one season to them.
You just started Alice in Borderland, and it's so good. Wait. I mean, it's another one of those that you watch it and you're there like, oh man, now what's going to happen? And you have to watch the next episode. And like we watched it in between seasons, like when we were watching Stranger Things, we had to wait all that time for a new season to begin. And that's kind of how Alice in Borderland was. When we started watching it, we had to wait for the new season to come out where they're like, okay, it's almost that time. And we kept on checking. So you'll like that one, Cactus. Good series. I'm telling you what, you won't be disappointed. But I find that the Koreans, even in their movies, they're intense. They don't hold back anything. They're intense. Gory. And if you like the gore, they don't shy on gore. They don't.
Koreans, Indonesians, and sometimes Britons.
Indonesian films, if you want to watch them, if you're out for the horror and the gore, Indonesian is probably the best ones to go. Mm-hmm. Wow. But please don't tell me any of you guys like the Terrifiers. I can't, I'm still trying to get over that.
Not the Terrifier.
That's the only thing, Laura. They are very time consuming. I fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, have the time now since we're not tied in with the other place now. So I what I enjoy about watching those is we don't just watch them, like I don't watch it by myself. We watch it as a family. So it's like a family thing as we're watching it. We can just shoot back our opinions on that as we're watching it. So that's what I like about it. You're right, Cactus.
They do.
Yeah, your channel's getting up there, Laura. You're doing pretty well. Congratulations to you. I know you work hard on it and you get a lot of content, great content. Like I said, I know you research a lot. You have a lot of great guests on. So,
does anybody? Sorry.
No, you're good.
Does anybody on Facebook or sometimes TikTok get the short drama things and then have to watch the rest of them, or is that just?
Do you mean the little movie story things?
Yeah,
I do.
They're usually like K.
But then you have to for the last like episode or something that you have to like fish for. Like, where's it at?
Well, that's what I like about TikTok because they do have like all the episodes. If you go to this one page, they have all the episodes right there, and you can watch every single one of them at that moment. And I'm like,
Wow.
yes.
You're always working. And Laura, I try to catch your magazine as often as I can. Matter of fact, I think it was last month or the month before, I had a poem that I had written that I was going to give to you to submit in your magazine. And I had a little story that I wrote where I incorporated, and you were in it, all the paranormal like teams. Like you were in it, Angelina was in it, like Parasolo, like I think I had like 25 or 30 or more paranormal groups that I had incorporated in that story, and I was going to submit that to you, but I'm like you, I just trying to find the time in between. During that period of time, we had all this craziness here going on in the house, so it was kind of hard to even concentrate on anything. I should have that story, which I'm going to keep on adding on to it. Right now, it's just like a little mini story. But as the year goes and I meet more groups and I think of more to the story, I'm going to be adding more of the groups to the story. So,
I'm glad to know that it's not just me that watches those little tiny dramas, because
I do.
some of them are pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
They're not good actors at all, but some of them are pretty good.
Your magazine, you always have to have it submitted by like what is like the 23rd or something like that of the month. Because I'll see if I can find at least that story for you. It's not the greatest story, but it's
By the 25th.
okay. I'll see if I can find that story at least. Like I said, it's just like a little scary story. I think matter of fact, it was right before Halloween.
February 20th.
Okay. I think it was right before Halloween when I decided I wanted to write, because we had that little horror thing going on, and I incorporated all those into it. So it's like a little mini story, but people thought it was cute. So
the acting is cringe, but the story itself usually is pretty good, and you're like, well, shit, now I gotta watch more of it.
There was one that I was watching. It was about a little girl. She was born into a family, a werewolf family, and they like shunned her and threw her out.
Like, one of those, and then I was like, okay, the werewolf ones are so stupid.
Yeah. So,
the ones that I get almost all the time is like this ordinary girl falls in love with a mafia boss guy who's like super rich, or like
I saw that one.
CIA agent, or like a CEO.
He was the CEO, I believe.
And those ones are interesting. The latest one that I watched that was the weirdest one I think I've ever seen was this girl. She needed a job and she didn't know who this guy was, but in their past they were both orphans, and he said that he would marry her one day, and she had this like specific goldfish burn on her from something, and later on in life she needed this job and he gave it to her, but she dressed up as a man and he started falling for her as the guy, and he was like, wait a minute, I'm not gay. What's happening? Why does this person seem so familiar to me? And then he finds out later on that it's the girl that he grew up with in the orphanage, and that he said he was going to marry, and she turned back into her female self and they got married, and it was weird.
Yeah,
it was weird.
A lot of those are weird, but like you said, a lot of them they are interesting. You kind of get hooked on them. So now for our future shows on Thursday, we'll be on Real Talk, because Tuesdays, of course, is the other side. Thursdays is Real Talk, and here we're hoping very soon after the beginning of the year here we can start our investigations again on lurking spirits. If you have any ideas, I know Linda's husband has a bunch of stories about a haunted house that they used to live in. So sometime we'll be talking about that if he doesn't mind. But on Thursday, I'm throwing around Babadooks and Gabriella has a couple ideas, so we will make up our mind tomorrow and we will disclose it tomorrow for Thursday. But please submit any ideas you have and we will do our research on it, and we will usually the other side. I like keeping open topics like this more than anything, maybe a little bit of paranormal. Real talk, I like keeping more towards the paranormal or unusual stories
Yeah, we usually
on
have
that
like
side.
the conspiracy
Yeah,
theory
on that
things
side.
on that one.
So, but yeah, Cactus, Linda started telling me a little bit about some of the things that they were experiencing, and it actually made him feel a little bit better because he's going through a lot of stuff, and they're like, if it's going to help him, please share. Let's all, Linda, Cactus, we all have had pretty rough year, so we're going to make a pact, a promise to everybody this year. We're going to really push the Parunity. We're going to push everybody else's channels out. We're going to show everybody the love, the support that we have for them. It's going to be all about this unity, all the ugly stuff. We don't tolerate that on our channel, as you know, anyhow. So we're going to kind of pull in some really good subject lines, some good topics, support each other. So check out other people's channel. Check out Raw Side. Give everybody the support that they need this year. Let's
Yes.
go that direction. We can't thank all of you enough. You're constantly here on our channel. Like every time we know who's going to be here, and having Monkey on here tonight and Ronan and everything. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate, thank you showing up. We're hoping to have a lot more topics. If we find out anything more about Stranger Things, like if this does happen, you know what? I will. Kiwi says, could you interview Angelina? That is a good idea. Where?
Hit the top one.
Yeah, we will do that. I just talked to her yesterday. So yeah, thank you so much, Monkey. It's so nice that you decided to check us out. I'm hoping you enjoying us so far. We kind of delved away. If you watch us regularly, we kind of segue to a lot of stuff, but
it's an emotional roller coaster the whole way.
Monkey, if you want to see some funny theories, check out some of our videos. There's some on the other side. We're also part of Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella. Check out that because Gabriella has some theories on Wendigos and Bigfoot and dark-eyed children that you will howl. So if you want entertained but also informed, because we do the research and give you what we know about him, but then there's that little twist in there because we like that little bit of humor in there too, kind of breaks the ice. So check them all out.
I love that. Yes, welcome in. Great having y'all here. Don't forget to boop the like button.
Boop the like button. Yeah. Boop the like button. That's
don't
what we got.
The like button.
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I don't know what that means, but it don't sound right.
And guys, again, we're not like trying to solicit or that, but any donations anybody could give to our channel will help us in the future, especially for lurking spirits, because we need to get our investigations in. What? It's those conspiracy theories. Not conspiracy theories. Her theories.
They're my theories.
Yeah, some of them are buyable, and some of them are like, okay, like Little Bigfoot and Big Littlefoot, and
that one.
The Mr. Bigfoot meets Mrs. Bigfoot.
You never know. You never know.
And why don't they wear clothes?
You don't know what the Bigfoots
why do you always see the male in the clips and he's dangling around as he's walking? You always see that on these clips.
You never know what's going on with Little Bigfoot.
But yeah, we're going to have some really great shows that are coming up, and every Tuesday and Thursday on occasion we'll throw Wednesday in. On occasion, I might throw a documentary in, like in the afternoon on this channel here. Stay tuned for updates for Lurking Spirits. We're trying to work on that. Again, it's kind of hard for us. Yeah, that was the big thing, is Mr. Bigfoot, Mrs. Bigfoot, and then they had little Bigfoot, because we was trying to figure out what you call the little baby. Are they little Bigfoots or big little foots or what?
They're little Bigfoots.
Little Bigfoots.
Yeah, because they're little, but they're Bigfoots.
But do they have big feet because they're little?
They might. Maybe it's
they got
inherited.
Big feet for a little foot.
Maybe the little foot is inherits the big foot from the papa.
Okay. So there'll be more theories coming out. We will probably do, Dylan loves Bigfoot, anything surrounding, so we will probably do a whole show on updates on Bigfoot sightings and stuff like that. Maybe
I'll have him do research or tell us about his sightings.
She bought him a Bigfoot shirt for Christmas.
I did.
It was pretty cool. So 2026 will be our year, Linda. We're all going to kick butt this year. We welcome new people like Monkey and Ronan here. Come back as often as you can. Like I said, The Other Side with Diane here, and also Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella. We're planning a lot this year. We're planning a lot. So
you're not doing the dance.
I do that. I look like I'm mentally. Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of people watch those episodes, and you get back to work, Laura. I thank you for stopping in and checking us out. I really appreciate that, and much success to you, and a good year for you too, Miss Laura. I hope everything works out incredible for you, and you go in that direction that you've worked so hard for. So best of luck for a great year for you. So do we have anything else that we want to, or do we want to kind of save it all for Christmas Day? No, Thursday. Well, thank you so much. Well, I'll keep an eye out. Hopefully I can catch one of your shows there soon.
Vogue,
But yeah, we have a couple people, like, I'm surprised we haven't. Well, Douglas, he works a lot too. He has those weird hours. We want to also have, I will talk to Angelina, because I know I'm going to talk to her tomorrow again, because I talked to her yesterday. I'll try to see if she can get on. If we do a show with Angelina, I'm thinking it'll probably be like a Wednesday. It'll be a special show, and it will be probably an earlier, like maybe a 6 to 8 time slot in that time period there. So not Diane and Gabby, because Diane is kind of like,
you got to do it this side. That way I can do it this side.
Okay, enough of that craziness.
Is there ever too much of the craziness?
For us, there isn't. I think that's why people do come back. Yeah, it will be. And I promise, Linda, that I will give a notice. Like tomorrow, I put whatever topic we absolutely decide on for Thursday, I will have it posted by tomorrow afternoon. When we do Thursdays, next week's I will have posted by the weekend. So we always have at least a couple of day to almost a week notification ahead of what the show is going to be about. That way we got a new audience tonight, which is incredible. Can't thank them enough. Maybe we can start pulling in more and more people and get where we want to be this year, because again, it's not about the money. That will help, but it's about that we want to entertain you. We will have shows like we've had in the past where it's nothing more about us it's about appreciation to all of you.
I think on our other channel, on Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella, I gotta teach you how to play some games.
What do you mean?
We can show them. You can try to figure out how to play games, computer games.
God help me.
I think it would be fun.
Gabriella there was that one game. What was it? Was it Grandma or what was
Granny.
it? Granny. There was a game called.
There was Granny and what was the other one? Monster.
The one that I remember most was Granny because she's trying to show me how to do it, and I'm trying to move
She's
on
looking at
screen,
the wall.
and I'm making her spin. I'm walking into the wall. One time, I literally got my avatar or whatever you want, my character stuck in the wall, and it we couldn't get it out of the wall. She's going bumping into walls. She's spinning in circles. Like, how in the heck do you guide this thing?
It was really funny.
Like, I'm not tech savvy. Like, I mean, I can learn because even when I was hooked on Guitar Hero, when I first got on Guitar Hero, I looked like a blooming idiot. I like, okay, how are you guys doing this? But then I got to it, and I freaking was good on that. I rocked on that. And once I learn, I'm okay. But watching me learn is like watching a monkey use tools for the same.
I need to download something, and you need to play it.
Well, we want to do one of those. We want to do a couple of those weird things in that too. Like
the
Not My Arms, and we want to do some more. I'm going to try, folks, to get back sometime this year. But there'll be the smaller packages of the Universal Yums. We will be selling some of our products and stuff in that again. I'm going to be making some more of those little ghosts. I'll be making some jewelry. What? There won't be any contest. Like, I'll be stuck in walls or running. Like, if there's anything like involving jumping off cliffs or something, I'll be down on the bottom of the pit constantly. Like, it's not like when you use the old like Wii and even Atari and that controllers and that. It's like, I don't know.
No, you can plug like a controller.
I know, but still, even then, like,
we'll figure it out. You're gonna be awesome. You're gonna be a gamer mom, and then you're gonna get hooked onto it.
We should do like some of those guessing games and that too. Like, like I was watching Ellen the other day, and she had Betty White on, and they were doing some of the old password things and stuff and that, and some of those things like Millie Bobby Brown and that does with Jimmy Fallon when she's on her show, and some of like what's in the box, like choose what's in the box, and different things like that. But
can Ghosty be washed?
Yeah,
of course
it can.
Of course it can.
I know some of the rubber bands and some of the ghosts. I try to get some of the rubber bands, you can tell just by the touch of them that you can't keep them in sunlight because they'll dry out and they'll literally dry rot. The ones that I try to use, and you can tell they're better rubber bands, and you can wash them and they're not going to dry out as quickly and they're going to last pretty long. You can even put Vaseline or something, rub on them to keep the texture. Some of them, when you notice, I don't know if yours was that way, Linda, or not, but when you're touching them, you can feel like they must have like an oily texture to them. They're very slippery bands.
Yeah.
Those ones, even though they feel weird, those ones are going to last a really, really,
They're
really
hard
long
to work
time.
with.
They are. They're very hard to work with, but they're very, very durable, and they will last. If yours happens to fall apart, Linda, let me know, and I will send you another one. But the one that I send you will be the one with the little tombstone and the whole write-up and all that. Like I started, that we're going to end up selling and everything. So let me know. But we will have a line of that sometime this year for Lurking Spirits to also help us to try to secure some good locations. Like, so we are working on Madison Seminary. I don't know if we're going to get it, but there's a couple other places that we are trying to work on. It's just that I know Abby and Chase has been doing a lot of door dashing lately because of us not working at the other place, just to try to make ends meet and bring money in and everything. And right now, for me and Tom, it's hard because he's a cement truck driver, and with us living in Pennsylvania, when the weather's really cold and snowy or when it's raining, you can't pour cement. So he's only having part-time work or no work at all during the whole week. So it's kind of like,
Meanwhile, my boy is always at work.
yeah, her better half, no, her other half. I didn't mean that. I loves
Wow.
my girl. Her other half has been working really, really, really long hours, which is good for me because she spends more time with me over here. But yeah, he's been working really long hours. So, let me see what she
It's
say.
already clicked. And you unclicked it.
I'm sorry. So sorry. You did say you have your shop up now. It's not up yet. I mean, I have items that I like. I have still probably, I'm gonna say at least 10 or more of the ghosties made. I'm going to be making more jewelry, and that now might not necessarily be paranormal, spooky type. I mean, just might be regular jewelry like earrings. And I was going to have a whole line of Christmas ones out that I was going to sell for Christmas, but we had that old bad shit that was going on. But I'm going to try to get some more things, more t-shirts, jewelry, the ghost, bunch of different things. I mean, I even have stuff where I can loom hats and scarves and everything and that for people that live in the cold. Yeah, we're gonna plan it, and especially like now Valentine's Day. Well, Groundhog's Day, we're gonna have something for Groundhog Day because that's a big thing here in Pennsylvania. But for Valentine's Day, we'll have some kind of a Valentine Day bash. First day of spring, we'll have some kind of a welcome spring thing going on. We're gonna have like, this is gonna be a good year for us. You guys again keep on submitting your suggestions. I know Cactus sent Gabriella something. We're gonna look into that. She already did start looking into it.
I already knew about it. I
So
was like, hey.
yeah, so that could possibly be part of Thursday's show too. We're like I said, we're not sure yet. We will decide by tomorrow afternoon, and it'll be posted ahead of time. And then after Thursday's show, Friday or Saturday, we'll decide again what we're going to have for other side, and we'll talk next week, and we will post ahead. So
if the topic that Cactus gave me we don't do on Thursday, then we definitely will do it next week.
And groundhogs lie, Kiwi says, it's not the fact that the groundhogs lie, Linda. It's the freaking inner circle that rips them out of their den and says, okay, this is what the groundhog predicting. No, it's not what the groundhog predicted. It's what you predicted that the groundhog was predicting. It's like, and people, they're so stupid. And I have to say that. They say that it'll be decided whether we're having 6 more weeks of winter or not. That is the dumbest statement that ever come out of anybody's mouth, because from February 2nd to March, when spring is, you're having 6 weeks of winter regardless. It's 6 weeks. What the whole thing about the groundhog is if it's going to be, if he sees a shadow or he doesn't, we'll predict whether it's going to be 6 more weeks of a mild winter or 6 weeks of a harsh winter. It's how harsh the winter is going to be, not Douglas. You came in again, and it's almost time for us to log out. But we love you. We do. We love you. We love you. We love you. And here again, see, this is my channel. I wonder how do you do that? We need to make this, where did he go? We need to, click on, see, we need to make
Oh
him,
my goodness.
right, what was that?
Too many things are coming in.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, we can't do it there. It has to be on YouTube.
Okay. Because we got to make Douglas a monitor, a moderator.
I wonder if I can go on your YouTube real quick.
Guys, start pushing too. I hate like being like this, but start pushing for trying to get people to consider donating to help us out. Like I said, it's not. We try to give good content as it is, but especially for Lurking Spirits, if we can get better content out for our audience, we want that. So, what are you doing?
I'm called.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. Add as moderator.
Yeah, no managing. Well,
is that what we do? How do you
remove chat messages or how we'll do this one? There we go. You're now a moderator.
There, Doug. You're finally on there. And there was another one that we
Cactus. I know on our channel. I think I need to put Cactus.
And wasn't there somebody else? Who was the other one that we were supposed to add on there?
Linda is. Eric is.
So Douglas,
I think it might be B squared.
B squared, that's who it is.
Yeah.
B squared. We need to add B squared on. I don't know if she's on either one of the channels or none or whatever. So, yeah. Everything's all messed up, Douglas. It's just it's weird. Like I don't know.
Fixed it. Now we have all of our moderators.
Yeah, now you can boot the people that need to be booted, or hey, you behave, you make sure you watch what you say. But if we look back though, other than that one incident, and then on Lurking Spirits, that one that was being rude, but we really haven't had any. Our viewers are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We have not got any slack from anybody, and we can pat ourselves on the back about that. Real proud about that. That we're like, yeah. So
actually, I'm gonna comment on her too because I don't know if I'm a moderator on this channel or not, but I do want to be a moderator on the channel.
Douglas, we're gonna have another show on Thursday on Real Talk. If you're able to catch us on there, we're not sure yet. We're throwing around Babadooks and Baba Yagas and maybe things like that. We're not sure, but we will have it announced sometime tomorrow. And then it started this week. Next week, again, each week we'll be having our regular schedule again. We may have special Wednesday shows. We will try to have Wednesday as special guest show or something like that. So we are back up and running full force. We're trying to get the channel built up. We're trying to get some donations coming in so we can get good places to investigate this year. We have a couple already lined up. A couple of them we're pretty sure we're going to be able to afford and go, but some of them we're going to come up with a bucket list. Linda, I think you asked us, or Cactus said, what place would we really like to check out? I know Hinsdale House definitely. I definitely want to get that. So
there I am.
You should have put yourself a manager one on that one.
Okay.
Oh, you're a co-host, so why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, well.
Jeez. And I'd like to get Abby back on some of these shows, but she's been because we had our coffee talk.
Yeah, I mean, you have the same standards as, okay, there.
Yeah, there you go. So, geez. So, we've been on for almost an hour and a half of it. Does anybody have any questions, any comments? any suggestions? Because we're going to be calling it a night. And it's good to be back. Man, you guys, I love you. I can't say it enough. You guys really helped us through a horrible year and brought us to this point where we are looking so forward to this new year. As the title goes, New Year, New Beginnings. We're coming on harder and stronger.
Thank you,
And
Cactus.
so-
We appreciate the plug.
So yeah, you guys, you moderators are the best.
The power.
The power evil giggles. Okay, yeah.
Okay, don't ever do that
no.
again.
But it's one of those giggles that Cactus was talking about earlier that creeps her out.
No.
Did that creep you out, Cactus? Maybe I just creep everybody out there. Diane, would you just shut up already?
No.
We should have talked about New Year's resolutions and if people believe in those if they actually make them. Or
I don't think anybody ever follows their New Year's resolution.
I don't know if I've ever made any. I think my New Year's resolutions would be more of a New Year's bucket list of what I like to accomplish for the year, not.
Yeah, I don't
You
like
know.
when people say New Year's resolution and then they don't do anything to abide to that resolution.
Right.
So
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose.
yes.
Doug,
exactly.
if you caught before our promise to you, our audience, and we will have every now and then, the show will be all about the audience, the viewers, not us. We want to really, really push the love and support and the unity between us because we met so many amazing people this year. And we want to really keep that clique stronger and that bond very, very tight because a lot of you, especially on our shows, has really helped us through a lot of those rough times. Some of you on here, you know who you are, have actually talked to us personally through text and that through some of this bad stuff. And without that, we wouldn't be here today. And we're back stronger and it's going to be better than ever. And that's what we want because it was a really rough year. And we all need to know that we're going to be there for one another. So that is what we're going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And anybody that knows us, if we say it, we're going to do it. We're going to. Yeah, we love you guys a lot, and I don't care if somebody has 100,000, 1 million supporters. Our supporters are still the best, by far. So
Agreed.
they can have their 1 million. I'd like to have them, but they can have them because we got the best right here. So
Who are all our moderators.
yeah. So with that being said, I don't think anybody else has anything. Doug, I wish you would have been on earlier. Again, we certainly understand you do work crazy hours. We are all family. That's how we look at you. You're a big family that's helped us through rough times. We hope we did the same for you by giving you good content here to watch. It's just going to get better. It's just going to get better, guys. So keep on throwing us suggestions. I know some of you, again, my email, my personal email is Devo, D as in Delta, E as in Echo, V as in Victor, O as in Oscar, 85 at Hotmail. Send anything there, stories, suggestions, whatever. Text me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. However you want to, any ideas, any suggestions, reach out if you can on the Cash App. Give suggestions to others. Say, hey, we had some new ones on here tonight, which we're getting. That was a great start for our first show of the new year. So wow, that's all I can say.
And we can thank Cactus because they were her friends.
Cactus, we love you so much. Linda, you know what we think. Doug, Eric, of course, Eric's always in the other room. You guys are the best, and so
We are family. Oh, my brothers and sisters.
okay, stop. We'll have to play that. That'll have to be our background song. We'd have to get rights to it, the copyright thing and all that, so we don't get copyright problems against us. But we're gonna try to update some stuff in that too. So just keep your ears and eyes open. And with that being said, we will catch you next time on the other side. We love you guys a lot. Thank you for joining. And here's to Thursday night. So I almost forgot how to do this. Good night, everyone.
See you guys.
We will
on
see you on the flip
Thursday.
side on Thursday.